Shalom, shalom. First things first, I'm going to give all praise and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Makar Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Ba'ashem Makar and we give all praise and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, for this truth, knowledge, and wisdom. We give double honors to our apostle elders, which are the apostle elders at Great Millstone, which have been diligently doing the work for many years, and to your hopeful elect out there on the four corners of the planet Earth. Keep fighting, keep maintaining, push towards that goal, man. We're almost up out of here. Things are taking place. Esau is falling day by day. Prophecies are coming past. 2020 is becoming a beautiful year for the truth. And like it says, we're just going to jump right into this lesson. The title is going to be something on the lines of the oath is to Israel. All right, the oath is to Israel. The promise, the payback. Because that cuts, if we can prove that, then we can cut the other arguments out. Because once we prove that the oath and what the Lord swore was to his people, then we're not arguing over anything. Because the whole purpose of these Christians is trying to include everybody, and everybody needs to jump on this bandwagon, and everything wasn't broken. No, it's apparently broken. You shall tell a tree by its fruit. You shall tell a tree by its fruit. What do we see the fruits of Christianity, man? You see pedophilia. You see all this type of things that go directly against the scriptures. Oh, you can be a sodomite in the church. You know, they want to talk to aliens. All this stuff that comes out of that leaven, man. That's why it says a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. All right, that Christianity has just been leavened out. It's not what it once was. All right, it's not what it once was. That's why you have churches being turned into strip clubs and witch covens. And if this was really the land of God and in God we trust, those things wouldn't take place at all, man. All right, but let's go into the word oath. The word oath is, first definition, a solemn, usually formal calling upon God or God to witness to truth. Let me read that again. A solemn, usually formal calling upon the Most High or a power to witness to the truth of what one says, or to witness that one sincerely intends to do what one says. So Yahweh Hashem Yahushua sincerely intends to give the kingdom of heaven to you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, that's what the Lord intended. It wasn't. This slavery is a lesson. It's not what the intention is. That's not the end goal of us. All right. It's not our end says all be all. Okay. This is a journey. Just if you have a flight, if you have a long flight, what do you have? You have a layover. All right. If you have so you're going to somewhere that's way away, you're going to have a layover. You're going to have a period of time where you got to wait for the next flight to come in so you can board and leave. So these slaveries and this thing that we're at is nothing but layovers, man. To lay over to what? Our main destination, which is the kingdom of heaven, man. All right. Yahweh Shem Yahshua is putting the vibration out into the world to set up the kingdom of heaven for you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right. Give me 1 second. Let me get the scripture. One second. I think it's in the Apocrypha. I'm trying to find it. This is a good one. This is 2nd Ezra 7 and verse 43. It says, "But the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past." So the Most High is having all of this come up so we can do away with it, and the immortality which is coming next to you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's what the Lord is setting up. All this is to set up immortality, man. All right, which is coming to you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But this word is going to be established on the planet Earth for ever. It's not going to go away. That's why you've seen in the vision of Daniel where that rock came from and smashed the feet, the clay and the miry, the iron and the miry clay. And it says that it encompassed the whole earth, man. So that rock, which is Yahweh Shai, is going to come down and it's going to bash this society, and it's going to put up the kingdom of heaven, which is going to belong to you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Let me see here. Here it is. The water Yabashim Yashat, the water. This is Wisdom of Solomon 2 and verse 20, let's say 22. Let's start at 20. It's a beautiful scripture. This is Second Ezra, or Wisdom of Solomon 2 and verse 20. It says, let us condemn him with a shameful death, for by his own sayings sayings he shall be respected. Such thing did they imagine and were deceived, for their own wickedness had blinded them. And that's Esau. That's Lord willing, I can go into another lesson on that. Esau's wickedness has blinded him, man. You know, let me write that down. it has, man. He thinks that he's gonna fight the Lord, man. He's gonna actually get in his jets and try to fight the Lord coming in that fathership. You know, that's what you call a madman. But that's how he's set up in his lot, man. That's why it says fear the Most High. He can have you out there thinking you can fight him and box with the unboxable. It says, such things they did imagine were deceived, for their own wickedness had blinded them. As for the mysteries of Yahweh, they knew them not, neither hoped they for the wages of righteousness. And what's the wages of righteousness? Is an everlasting life. That's what we're getting ready to come to. We're in the transition of everlasting life. Wickedness is already, gross darkness has covered the people. We've lost ourselves. We've been in the bones. We were in the dirt. The Most High made it. We had no savior, like he said in Deuteronomy 28, man. We had no one by us. No one came to get us, man. Only one that came and got us was Yahbashim Yahushai, that said enough is enough, man. That's the only reason we in the position now, because the Lord's saying enough is enough, man. Just like when Israel was slayed by the angel in the time of David, when David tried to count the census, the Lord even said, look, he tried to pull back the angel, man. He pulled back the angel. The angel killed a lot, man. So our power has that spot for us, man. So the time we at now, we've been dying. We've been in a harder situation than that time. At least we got that for a moment. You know, the Lord had the angel come and kill us and, you know, and deal with us, man. This has been an ongoing slaughter, man. It's been an ongoing pain and hardship and tribulation. It's been ongoing, man. So the Lord is the one saying enough is enough. But also he's also renewing that oath that he promised to our fathers, man. Because our power has told us to pay oaths, right? Let's get that real quick. Let me finish this, and then I'm gonna jump to that. This is and it says for Yahweh created man. Who's man? You Israelites. That's what he created. He created all of men, but he if you read Deuteronomy, where it says I think that's Deuteronomy 34, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, let me get that. This is Deuteronomy 32, Salakia. This is Deuteronomy 32 and verse 8. It says, when the Most High divided the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. So that's the measuring line. That's the guide stick, is the children of Israel. It's not the nations. It's not these other people. It's the children of Israel. Now, this is back in Wisdom of Solomon 2 in verse 3. It says, for Yahweh created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity. So the Lord is his main, like it says here in the definition, solemn, sincerely intends to do what one says. So the Lord is fully intended to make sure this comes to pass. He wants to make Israel a picture of his immortality, man. All right. And it says, for Yahweh created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold of this side do find it. That's what you see. Everywhere you turn on this end is death. That's why it says, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. So we're walking through that valley now, but Yahweh Shem Yahushua is getting ready to take us, his children of Israel, out of this place. Just like he took us out of the iron furnace of Egypt. And this is the worst captivity we've been in, man. This is worse than Egypt. At least we knew who we was in Egypt. We could practice our customs in Egypt. Here, this is horrible, man. This is horrible. You know, getting gunned down by the same ones you pay taxes to, man. You know, we're in the worst case scenario, just like the elders say, man. Okay. So let's jump to some of these scriptures dealing with oaths, because the power told us to pay oaths. So the same thing, the power gonna pay his oath. That's why he tells us to do something, because he's gonna do it. How he gonna tell us to pay an oath and then we turn around and don't want to pay an oath that we set up? That's the thing about it. But the Lord made it that way. But the Most High, he's a power of his word, of his oath. All right. This is Malachi 1 and verse 2. It says, I have loved you. See, the Lord said that through the prophet Malachi, and he don't change. So he's saying it again. That's what he's having us come out here to these jakes and tell them, regardless what you think is going to maintain in Esau's world, he's going to be destroyed, man. No matter what you think, Esau's world is going to be taken out of play. It's done enough. We got taken out of play, and he loves us. So how much more a wicked place that don't even have no thought of the Most High in their minds, man? You think he's going to keep that place around and let it flourish? No. He's not. All right. It says, I have loved you, saith the Lord, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob. And I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. So that's what our power is saying. Don't get it twisted. I love Jacob. And who's he coming to get? The seed of Jacob, man. The seed of Yasher Allah. So the Lord is reiterating that back then, and he's reiterating it now. He's coming to get the seed of Jacob, who he promised this to. This is John 15 and 12. It says, this is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you. See? So the Lord said he loved us, man. So that oath he loved to our Israel, which is the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which transcends to him loving Israel, because that's who he swore that promise to. It says, so when he loves us, he loves Abraham. He loves Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He's loving those men by loving us, man, which transcends to loving those men again, because they come back in the reincarnation. See how that works out? It's the oath is going right back to who he swore to. Nobody else. No one else. All right, this is Deuteronomy 7. Deuteronomy 7, and let's start at 8. It says, but because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath. See that? Keep the oath. So the Lord is keeping his oath, man. So us being redeemed in these days, and not for our own benefit, for us to jump up and down about. Of course, it was good to be saved, but the Lord is not doing it for us. He's doing it for his word's sake, man. All right? Because Yahweh Shem Yahushua promised this to our forefathers, and he's going to give it to us, man. Not because of our righteousness, it's because of his promise. That's why it says he made the creature subject unto vanity. All he had to do is promise that he'd give it to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which transcends to us. No matter how much we went off, the Lord was going to always correct it and bring us back to the point he could fulfill that oath, man, for his name's sake. So it's a beautiful time we living in, man. You know, it's not for us. That's why there should no be pride nowhere, man. All of us have fallen short, man, and we need mercy. We need grace. All right, and it says, because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, hath the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand, just like he's going to bring us out again. He's going to destroy this place. He's going to leave it scorching, man. He's going to burn it. He's going to deliver us out of because everybody's watched Marvel. You know, they watched all these these hyped up? Why you think the Lord allowed them to make these movies? Because that was a preparation for him and his coming. Why do you think all these movies, ID4 and Independence Day, had that concept of an alien invasion? Because the Lord is preparing the world for his coming by these movies and these elites making these things, giving them dreams and all, just like sacrifice was a foreshadow of Yahushua coming to sacrifice for the sin of Israel, just like these movies are a foreshadow of the coming apocalypse coming from Yahushua, man, to fix. It's not a bad thing. The earth's coming to save, the Lord is coming to save the planet Earth, so we have somewhere to dwell upon, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Lord, do what you do. Do what you must. This place is done, man. It needs help. We need help. The creation is groaning, man. And if you can't see that, then you growing right along with the wicked, man. Don't join in hand. You ain't got to be actually touching nobody. You joining in there spiritually, man. If you don't got a problem with the way, that's why I said set a mark upon the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done thereof, in the midst thereof. So if you ain't in that spirit, you right along with it. What Esau say? See something, say something. Well, we saying something. It's wicked, man. We see it and it's wicked. We telling the Lord on you, man. we dry snitching on you, E. We don't care, man. We need salvation, and whatever means it must come, man. The world can't go on as is. It can't. Therefore, it says, know therefore that the Lord thy power, he is the Most High, the faithful power, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations. So where do you get the other nations in that? The Lord said he's gonna keep this promise to 1,000 generations. So when did that oath be fulfilled to Israel? That David would sit on the throne and his seed would be on the throne for evermore. That where's the walls of stones and pearls, man, and the 12 gates? I want to see that. If that hasn't happened, the Lord has not fulfilled the oath which he's going to fulfill to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. No other nation. He didn't fulfill the first initial oath. But everybody wants to put some oaths in front of that. No, he didn't fulfill the oath to these other nations, man. He didn't want nothing with these other nations. That's I don't know where to get that from, man. Where it says madness. It's madness. With my man off of 300. This is Numbers 30 in verse, let's see, 2. It says, if a man vow a vow unto the Lord, or swear an oath to bind his soul with a bond, he shall not break his word. He shall do according to all that proceeded out of his mouth. So the Lord told us that to turn around and tell us he gonna fulfill his oath. One of the greatest bosses, it says what? A great boss won't tell you to do something that he won't do himself. So the Most High is a righteous power all around, man. He's telling us to fulfill an oath just like he's fulfilling his oath, man. It says, thy vows are upon me, O power. I will render praise unto thee. Just like David. David swore oath to the power, man. See, it says, for thou hast delivered my soul from death. And we are going to be delivered from the valley of the shadow of death if we be a part of that great number, man. Will thou not, it says, will not thou deliver my feet from falling, that I may walk before the Most High in the light of the living, which is this truth. The light of the living is this truth, man. Because this is not the light of the dead. This is not the light of the dead. This is the light of the truth, man. That's coming out, and that's why Matthew 5 says what? Let thy light shine before men that they may see your good works. That they may see it, not hide it, that they may see it and give glory to the Father, man. This is Psalms 105 and 8. He have remembered his covenant forever. We can close the book. We can close it. The Lord said he remembered his covenant with who? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This is not rocket science, folks. Vocab, all you other, this is not rocket science. Listen what we're saying. He has remembered his oath forever. The word which he commanded to 1,000 generations. which covenant he made with Abraham and his oath unto Isaac, and confirmed the same unto Jacob for a law. That's how you know that oath. He put it on the law. You shall be what? You should do this, and you shall be my people, and I should be your God, and I should be your power. He didn't give it to the Egyptians. The Egyptians got drowned in the sea. They didn't get into the law. They didn't get into that law. That the law, it mirrors the oath. Because the Lord said, if you enter into this covenant with me, and you fulfill your side of the bargain, I'm gonna fulfill mine, man. So now the Lord is making it to where now He's gonna fulfill that oath through that law. That's why He's gonna put that law in our inward parts. Once that law is in our inward parts, the Lord can fulfill the oath 100%. There's gonna be no not needing to not fulfill the oath, because that law is gonna be imprinted in our hearts. So the Lord He said He'll remember it forever. Forever, ever. That's why it says there's not going to be a need for another oath. He don't got to oath it to nobody else. He promised it back then, and He's going to make do. He's going to make it good. It says, which covenant made with Abraham and his oath unto Isaac, and confirmed the same unto Jacob for a law, and to Israel for an everlasting covenant, saying, unto thee will I give the land of Canaan, and the lot of your inheritance. When they were but a few a few men in number, yea, very few, and strangers in it. When they went from one nation to another, from one kingdom to another people, He suffered no man to do them wrong. Yea, He reproved kings for their sakes. So He's going to do the same thing again. So Esau, you get ready to be reproved for our sakes. You have been reproved for our sakes, man. So with that, I'm going to say, Ka Allah, Yahbashim Yahshai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh, Ba'ashem and Karkadash. Shalom, Akim, keep faith. As always, we're almost there. Esau's fallen. The Lord is coming, and that oath is coming back. You know, we got to feel confident in that, because our power is not a liar. So He's going to give us everything that He promised unto Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right? So shalom, and keep faith, and keep fighting. Beautiful times we living in.